In this Map Suite MVC Edition sample app walkthrough, we're going to show you how you can click on the map, query the shapefile, and display some information in a grid. So here we've got our basic map of the world with the World Map Kit, and on top of that we've got a shapefile feature layer with the country boundaries in a light green outline. So if I go ahead and click on any country here, you'll now see that this grid over here on the left is populated with the country name and the population for that country. And I can click around on different countries here and you'll see that grid updating accordingly. So let's take a look at the source code about to show you how you would go about implementing this. Let's start with the view source, and let's start down here where we're setting up the map. We're adding it to the page, setting its current extent, and here we're adding a World Map Kit overlay. So that's getting us our base map. Then the next step here is where we're adding our shapefile feature layer for the world layer, that country 02. That contains all the country boundaries for the world, and we're giving it a a style of transparent with that green outline as we saw, and applying that to all 20 zoom levels. Finally, we just add that to the map, and then we want to go ahead and register the on-client click event to call our map click JavaScript function as defined up here. So anytime you want to handle the map click event on the client side, you need to go ahead and register that with this on-client click method and tell it what JavaScript function you want to call. Finally, the map's rendered out and you get the map displayed. So the next thing that happens is when the user actually clicks the map, and that's when this JavaScript function is going to be executed because we registered it earlier. And within that we're going to get an argument passed in that's going to tell us the actual location of where the user clicked. So off of that we can call the world xy.long property and lat property to get the longitude and latitude of where the user clicks. And that'll be important on the next line here because we're going to do an AJAX callback to the server using the maps AJAX call action method and tell it what controller we want and what method we want. In this case would be get data. And we're going to pass that parameter in, which contains our latitude and longitude. And once we're done on the server, we're going to call this map callback here, which is going to update our grid with the information we received back in the response data from the server. So let's go to the server now and take a look at this get data method to see how we're taking that point and getting the information to be passed back to the client. So we're going to go to the controller source here and look at the get data method. And you can see the first thing we do is get our x and y values based upon the parameters passed in. Then we go ahead and create a point shape off of those x and y values, or longitude and latitude values in this case. The next two lines are just getting references to our overlay and our shapefile feature layer that we set up when the map was loaded. Then we're going to go ahead and open that shapefile feature layer, or the world layer that contains that. And we're going to use the Query Tools API and the Get Features Containing method to find the country that is containing the point shape that we built up there with the longitude and latitude values. The additional parameters we're passing in here is telling us what column names we want to get back on that particular country so we can display it in our grid. So in this case we're doing country name and population country. You can also pass in all columns if you want to get everything back for those shapes. The resulting the result of that method is going to populate this selected features collection, which is a collection of features. And then once we have that collection, we're going to come down here and instantiate a new country grid, and then loop through or check to see if our selected features are greater than 0. And if it is, then we're going to go ahead and populate our country name and our population accordingly. And then once that's done, we're going to return that back to the client so it can display the grid accordingly. So as you can see, most of the magic's happening here on this get features containing method that's taking in the point where the user clicked, querying the shapefile feature layer, returning the features back, and then the rest is just formatting it and passing it back to the client so it can be displayed in this grid right here. I hope this sample app walkthrough has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, or you can post your questions directly on our discussion forums at thinkgeo.com/forums. Thank you for watching.